And I actually did not want to come to Florida State, but I ended up at Florida State, and I'll tell you why.
Erica Sager. Oh shit, it's Erica Sager.
Hey guys, it's Erica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video all about how I got into FSU, a little bit about my freshman experience. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to leave them below. Anything related to FSU or college at all, I'm going to be doing I was going to call it an FS Q&A, but then I don't think anyone will search that, so I don't think I'm going to call it that, but it's just going to be an FSU Q&A. So if you guys are interested, feel free to leave questions below. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up this video if you enjoy. And yeah, let's just get started. So just little context, I'm a sophomore here at FSU. I did come in with a whole lot of credits, but I do plan on spending all 4 years here. I'm studying digital media production and marketing, so I'm double majoring. I get in-state tuition and everything like that, bright futures, Florida prepaid, everything like that. So going to school here is really affordable for me. And actually, one of my subscribers sent me a whole bunch of questions to go off of. I wanted to do a video like this because people really were requesting a video like this, but I didn't know what questions people wanted answered. So shout out to one of my subscribers, Ania, who came up with a bunch of topics for me to talk about, and I just wanted to share some knowledge with you guys that you actually cared about. So shout out to her for coming up with stuff that you guys want to hear about. But yeah, I'm just gonna pull up the topics on my handy dandy laptop and we'll get started. Is this Blue's Clues or... So I want to talk a little bit about my stats and application process. So I came in here with my AA, and my AA GPA was 4.0. My high school GPA was something like 3.97. So I did really focus on my grades. I'm not trying to brag, I really just put my head down and focused in high school. And I actually did not want to come to Florida State. I guess this should be the first thing I should address. This was my last choice school, and it wasn't because I didn't like the school or I had anything against it. It's just that I had so many other schools that I wanted to go to. So I was applying to a bunch of schools in the Northeast, and that's where I really wanted to be. I've always wanted to leave Florida for school. I don't really have anything against it. I just didn't want to go to school here. I wanted to pack my bags and leave, but I ended up at Florida State, and I'll tell you why. So my dream school was Boston University. I got in as a sophomore, but not a freshman. So they were gonna let me come as a sophomore, but not for my first year. And I didn't want to do that, so I just ended up staying at Florida State. I really found a family here. I really found clubs I'm interested in, and I laid the foundation for being involved and doing everything that I want to do. So I'm very happy here, no regrets about coming here. If you would have talked to me a year and a half ago, or oh my gosh, 2 years ago when I was applying to college, I was so miserable about having to come here. And I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything like that, but if you know what it's like to not get into your dream school, it's just the most crushing feeling, and everything else just seems like it's not good, you know? So I wasn't that excited to come here. But yeah, just kind of wanted to set some context for how I got here. I took the ACT and the SAT. That was hella brutal for almost a year. I took the SAT and I got a 1360, and I took the ACT and I got a 30. So my scores were kind of around the same for both. And then I don't know if it's because I was a Florida resident or what, but they made me submit this thing called the SAR, and it was just a list of every single high school grade I had ever received. And then I believe the essay was optional, but I decided to submit mine anyways, and it's just the Common App essay that I wrote for a bunch of other schools, but FSU isn't on the Common Apps, or it wasn't 2 years ago, so I submitted the essay anyways. And I think that also helped, just showing that you really care and put in effort and you really put your all into the application, I think really helps. I wrote my essay about being a caregiver for my grandfather towards the end of his life. So that was, I think I chose the prompt that was a time that you grew up, and that experience of course makes someone grow up really fast. And as I said, that was just my Common App essay, so I just literally copy and pasted it into the little box. I also got into UF. but I decided not to go there. I toured there and I just didn't really like it, and they didn't have as strong of a digital media program in my eyes, so just kind of made sense. But yeah, that's kind of about the application process. I didn't have any sort of interview. So I got in around this time 2 years ago, and I didn't think I was coming here, so I didn't apply for housing or anything. They would call me, they're like, hey, like, we're gonna release the second round of admissions, like, you should probably sign up for housing, even if you don't think you're gonna come here, like, just so you get the best of the best. And I was like, nah, like, I'm good, love. I literally did not pay attention to them. And I ended up being, I think, 6,800 something on the wait list for housing. So my housing options were not supposed to be good. I was originally placed in Sally Hall, which, if you're familiar with Florida State, it's like the worst dorm. It literally looks like a prison. I've heard a lot of people say it's like the most social dorm and you meet a lot of friends, which is super cool, but I didn't really want to be there. So I applied for a transfer in housing and I got it. So I ended up in Jenny Murphy, which used to be an all-female dorm, but then it was co-ed. I lived across the hall from 4 guys. I had a roommate and 1 suite mate. Is it easy to be fit and healthy in college? I gained like 5 pounds. I didn't try to be fit or healthy or anything. I was trying to be like vegan vegetarian, and I was, so naturally, like, I was eating less like dairy and meat and stuff like that, so that made it a little bit easier. Being a college student is not conducive with a skinny legend lifestyle, but my freshman year of college I was just like, yeah, like, I'll do this, I'll go out to ice cream, I'll go out, yeah, let's go. Like, and I think like having that attitude was really helpful for having like a full freshman year experience, and I don't regret anything, so it's fine. How often did I use my meal plan? I was on a meal plan that I think let me eat 12 times a week at the dining hall, and I definitely recommend it if you're a freshman on campus. It makes things a lot easier. I kept snacks in my dorm, but it was pretty easy to use mine. I lived like walking distance from the best Swanee dining hall. So how much do I like FSU and the environment? I really like FSU. Of course, there's like always room for improvement, but I think that coming here has forced me to be really independent, and since it is such a big school, it really is true that you can get lost in the amount of people here. I don't know the breakdown, but there are a lot of people here and it's really hard to stand out. So I think it's really taught me to put myself out there rather than waiting for people to come to me or being assisted by other people. It's really about like helping yourself, and I think being here has helped me with that. So she also asked about other schools I applied and got into. I applied to a whole slew of schools in the Northeast, such as I applied early decision to Harvard, which is like kind of funny, but I didn't get rejected. I just got deferred, and then I think I got rejected second round, but like still counts. I got waitlisted at UPenn. I had an interview with them. I got waitlisted at NYU. So that's all for these questions today. If you guys have any other questions, as I said, feel free to leave them below. I'm gonna make an FSU Q&A video, give you guys some insight onto more of what student life is like at FSU if you have those kind of questions. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!